Hey everybody, welcome back. Don't worry, because we will not be 60ing this deck come Monday. I'm going to do a different 60 for you, something else, because we've been doing this an awful lot lately, or at least I feel that we have. So I want to work on something else for a little bit, but basically what's happened is I've split this deck into two parts, because I think what we ended up doing is a pretty rookie mistake, actually. I apologize for that, but I think we tried to sandwich two deck ideas into one deck, and I think that was kind of our issue, why we were failing to generate the kind of power that we needed to consistently, is that the deck was drawn into either one of the archetypes and then we would win, but if it was drawing from both archetypes at once, we would steadily lose power and actually just lose the match. So what we've done here is we've split it down the middle. Pretty much, I've created one that's just straight up stall, all the removal you can have, and then just a couple of bombs and stuff in black-white. And I have, transversely on this side, I've gone with the tricks that we wanted to do with the phasing in and out creatures and stuff like that. So the planar shift kind of way of going about things. I don't know how this is looking on the video, but this is really laggy and slow for me right now, so hopefully it looks a little bit better on the video. Oh, we were waiting for other players. So see, this is fucking terrible. This is that's not great, but I don't know, I have a little bit of value. Nothing in my hand really gels together well. I do like seeing the black-red, because that means that this guy might be aggro, and we actually have put in some of the attended knights into this particular. We had 3 open slots, and I felt that attended knight was a really good fit in this deck to try and get us to that late game. So I actually went with that. So we have some attended knights in here that we can hopefully look towards and look forward to if this guy is aggro, but we don't know because he's got some mana fixing over there that you don't normally see in aggro builds. Interesting. We get to rip a card here. There's one of our cloud shifts. I think we have 4 cloud shifts in here now. And we also have the protection spells that allow us to scry. I think that those will also be pretty useful. They're 1-drops. They don't have the same kind of fun effect as the cloud shifts and things like that. This guy's really slow, but unfortunately we are too. I didn't see any of my attended knights or my 2/2s. Could draw one right here, which would be really nice. No, it was a black card, but it was not the black card we wanted to see. So we're unfortunately sitting on a lot of cards that we cannot cast. I feel a little terrified right now. This guy's cultivating, which is a much better use of his time than what I'm doing. He's going to lay that land and do this too, or can he not? He already played a land for turn? Okay. Almost just cultivate. Well. So we're going to see how I like the God's Willing, basically. The whole thing I'm about is that you can make something pro their color, although almost every deck you face is one color or the other. So that makes God's Willing a little sketchy, because you could say pro green or something like that, and then they could use red to do something else or block with something else. So it's a little worrisome to be doing something like that. But we could always just use the God's Willing to force through that extra damage. 12 damage, 6 damage. That's nothing to sneeze at, because of course when your creatures have protection, they can't be blocked. So that might be something worth doing at some point here. And we are just sitting here staring at this guy. This is very slow. We do have the Reprisal. We have Rescue from the Underworld. I would expect a... No, never mind. But I would expect Titan to come at some point here. And I might just Cloud Shift to cantrip out the So4, although Cloud Shift has myriad uses, especially given the fact that I have this Runescarred Demon. So I'm actually just going to not do that at all and say go. Next turn I get to cast that Runescarred Demon, and I absolutely will, because even if he kills it, I have the Rescue from the Underworld. So Runescarred Demon's going to hit the field. The question is, what does Runescarred Demon get us against what is potentially a 4-color pile? He's got a Runescarred Demon of his own, but that took him quite a while. Luckily, we can kill it, but he is going to be able to get that card, obviously. So there's a bit of a problem there. He's only got the 1 mana left. Now, he could God's Willing here, but we are going to go ahead and reprise this thing. We're going to assume we're not facing a deck that would have God's Willing because he's got so many colors. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm going to play this, play my Runescarred Demon. He has Board Wipe open, so we want to keep the Attended Knight so that we can use the Rescue from the Underworld even if stuff goes all shitty for us. And then in this case, I think we just get the Grizzlebrand, but I'm just going to scan through here quickly. You know, actually, well, never mind. Oh, fuck. I don't think we're going to make it. Where's Grizzlebrand? Oh, shit. Gotcha. That'll work. We only need 1 more mana for him. We've got enough black sources out there. What we should have just done is got the other Runescarred Demon. But we didn't have a clear idea in mind, which is my mistake entirely. You should always know what you're going to get because they time you in this game, which is a necessary evil, obviously, playing it online. But it sucks balls because, well, I guess in the grand scheme of things, you're timed in Magic too, especially if your opponent's a fucking dick. So, see, he got the second Runescarred Demon. Generally, if you see 1 Runescarred Demon, you're about to see a second, as a rule of thumb. The nice news for us is that I do have the Rescue from the Underworld. I have several tricks open. I have Cloud Shift, God's Willing, Rescue from the Underworld, 4, 5, 6, 7, all open. I can do all 3 of them. So I have a lot of stuff going on. I can also play this Plains and just play my Grizzlebrand. So that'll work out pretty well for me. I'll attack for 6 here, see if there's a block. Block would be interesting, but I do have a ton of removal. I've shown myself to have removal. So we do get blocked here. That's fine by me. Grizzlebrand daily hitting the plaza, saying hello. I will draw those 7 cards all day if this guy even looks at Grizzlebrand wrong. But don't forget that I can cloud. Oh, I cannot. I thought I had 1 mana open. I don't. I drew the mana to be able to play him. Okay. Remember last turn? I don't, evidently. So see, this is nice because I'll actually just let this guy die after drawing these cards. I knew I had to freeze something for something. So we got a lot of cards there. Grizzlebrand's dead, which sucks, but we kind of saw that coming. What all do we have? We have 8 mana out, 9, 10 to get Kozilek. That guy's down there, but I can just RFG that fucker. RFG's removed from game, for those of you who don't know that particular term. Speaking of terms, I'm getting really excited to get into this fighting game thing. I know I've been talking about it a ton lately, but it's definitely something that I'm eager to be involved in. I mean, I have to get rid of cards anyway. Down to 35, but then, you know, Kozilek can always hit the yard if I really need him to. So how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3. So I only need 1 mana, so I can just get rid of the rest of the mana. Alright, that's fine. I'll end my turn. Yeah, I believe that's correct. And I think I can just get rid of both these black without a problem. But who else hits the yard? You know, I gotta say it's Graveborn Muse. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah, fuck my balls. Well, we'll get rid of that. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I've got some ways I can give something protection if I have to, if he decides to burn the world. Which I don't think he will, because now he has those out. Curious. Land rip, play this. I get to play this Kozilek. Kozilek's going to give me some extra cards as well, because he's a good dude. We got our own board wipe, which is pretty excellent. We've got to be really careful, though, because if Kozilek dies, he's going to make me really frown, because I won't have anything to get with Rescue from the Underworld, which is how we would generate value after losing cards. From our yard due to Kozilek's ability there. I'll get rid of one Cloud Shift though. I don't need too many tricks. I think one of each is a pretty good representation here. He's going to kill this 12-12 for sure, and then ping me for one with the Sphinx Bone Wand. That's absolutely what's going to transpire here. Second Bone Wand. You can't kill this. Well, yeah, he can. He can reprise the 12-12 and then ping me for 2. And then I actually have to just scorch the world because I destroy both his Bone Wands, and assuming he doesn't have a Kozilek of his own, I'm in business. I just win. Depending on what his strategy is. Kozilek's going to attack here, though, for damn sure. Bust up some lands at the very least. And I don't have to do that yet, actually. Looking at everything, I think I won't, to be honest with you. Play this gate. Play this guy, get the other gods willing. To be honest with you, I think that's probably the thing to do. Gods willing. I was on it, and I decided to leave, okay? Get that, say go. I mean, I'm not sure, but this guy kind of has to do something here. At some point. I don't really know what this deck was supposed to do to us. Augur Spree. Okay. I can give him protection from red. But he's the guy that you just Cloud Shift. All those triggers miss. And then he just gets something else for you. And at this point, it doesn't matter. I'll just get another God's Willing. I should have got... I should have replaced the Cloud Shift with a Cloud Shift, but I was just sitting on God's Willing, so I might as well grab that as well. There. See, I like this because it's tricky as shit. Look at all these tricks I'm doing. Tricks for days. But our opponent didn't do much to us. I like our viability against aggro builds, though, because of the addition of the Attended Knights. So we haven't seen that yet. We haven't played against aggro with this build. I haven't. This is the first time I've ran this thing against an actual live opponent. You know, I did the mana testing and everything like we normally do. But this is going to be the first time kind of seeing this in action. It appears to be pretty good. I like the God's Willing, even though we didn't use it. I actually have God's Willing in there because I feel like it is useful. But you know what? I'm going to take a quick second to look at this deck and see if God's Willing is something I want in there or not. In the meantime, you guys go ahead and hit the comments, even though I will cut this so that there is no in the meantime. But hit the comments and let me know what you think of God's Willing, especially in this build down below. We made a quick change there. That's the thing, this deck is so good, and I want it to be perfect, and that's kind of why I've waffled back and forth on what the actual deck idea should be. You do have a lot of good removal in black and white. Black has good removal too. I was talking about this in a separate video, and some people were talking in the comments. Black has removal because it has things like Ulcerate, which is fantastic removal, and things like that, but it's just the synergies there are kind of distressing. I don't know. I think mono black is a thing, though, and that's obviously what the inception of this black-white deck was the mono black. I think if I really put my mind to it, I could come up with a mono black build, but this really caught my eye with the Cloud Shifts and the, what was it? Not Return from Grave, but the, the Evil Dead card. I mean, people don't probably know. Well, no, because there's that new terrible Evil Dead, right? God, that was a crushing disappointment. And why wasn't the old, like, was he doing something? Was he Sam Axe still? Is Burn Notice still on? What is happening? Why wasn't he the old guy at the beginning of it? Not that he's old, in case he's watching. I wouldn't want to insult. Reboot was great. Why not just completely go? Fuck it. It's usually correct to play as many lands as fucking possible. Oh yeah, that guy's just in there because he's pretty much an auto ad. Fuck it, why not? We got this thing. I've got double black. I can't play this guy, but whatever. Yeah, Kitty Catman is pretty much an auto ad in my mind. If you're playing a deck like this, why the fuck did I kind of just hit that button accidentally, but it would have been really cool to play that Guildgate first. Because it's not a shock land. And I will no be shocked by it. Kaboom, there it is, Evil Dead card. You know what I'm saying, Undying Evil, whatever. That's a scene from Evil Dead. I'm pretty sure. What, Kev Walker, somebody get Kev on the line. Get Mr. Walker in here. I'm fucking hot as hell in this room right now. Whoo, it's a scorcher. What are you playing? Minty Meekles. I should give that thing Undying Evil. Phyrexian Rage Cage will come down. Hopefully give me a white land, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Who the fuck cares? Rip. Fuck. I put this guy in, and it's just like the whole world exploded, because he wasn't in actually in the last one. But I felt like he was he's like an auto ad, because he's just in there. I mean, he doesn't gel with absolutely anything we're trying to do in this deck, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, he's a big, fat, awesome dude. I don't care too much about that. Oh, people were talking about the Mind Rot discard way of doing things with black as well. You know, you keep your removal in hand, but you're able to do Mind Rots and stuff like that. It was way too aggro for that early game, I thought. Whatever, I'm just a jackass. So, cool thing is that, you know, assuming he can't counter this, I can Cloud Shift this guy as a surprise blocker to kill his 2/2. So, I mean, it's just something to think about. He's got counters open, obviously, but I could Cloud Shift it, draw a card, and then I could even Undying Evil the Cloud Shifted version of this guy, which would be pretty awesome. If he taps down both these blue, we're going to be in business, because he can attack with the 2/2, and we'll be able to kill it. That's kind of the best thing that's happened in a bit, because I'm going to draw maybe 500 cards here. This guy's going to Millstone himself? Me. Okay. Yeah, right back in the yard. This guy might bounce. I have a Kozilek. Attack. Fuck yes. All day. Cloud Shift this guy. He wakes up. I lose a life. I draw a card. Fuck yes. It's the mana I wanted. Block. Stop. Undying Evil this guy. What is happening? Everything. Block. Die. That guy hits the yard. Go ahead and hit the yard. Then he comes right on back as a fucking 3/3. Rip a card. How's everybody doing out there today? I hope you're doing as well as I am, because apparently I am a charmed individual. I do not get to play my yet, but this guy knows the full extent of just how exquisite a deck this is. From what might have been the most beautiful transpiration I've ever seen in my life. I think I just made transpiration up. Dude, if you're trying to mill me, you've already lost. I have Kozilek. Aw, dick. Aw, I like all the cards I got rid of. Attack for 3, play this guy, because why not? Except the card, and it's 5 damage, so never mind. We don't play Burmaz here at all. It's a fucking dumb thing to even say. Let's forget I said that, you guys. Watcha! I'll help you mill me. How about that? Your turn. That's 8 damage. Coming straight at your face. You skins. Angelic Edict, my 5/3. You are still taking 3 damage. Millstone. Yep, don't pretend like you can do anything. That's crazy. Who does that? Burmaz just eats removal, too. Oh, my God. Wow. This is, I'm super thanks for asking. And then I've got 2 reprisals. Reprisal just sitting in my hand. What are we doing here? We're playing this guy. Oh, no. The Friend Maker. Dear me. I'm feeling pretty slimy after that last... the Cloud Shift into the Undying Evil play. I feel pretty goddamn pleased. Yeah, do it. I can't reprisal those because they don't matter. Yeah, you're doing it. I'm getting milled to shit right now. Oh, fuck. My Planar Cleansings. I'll need those to not do anything. Plans. I could have Angelic Edict one of these just so that there is no double block even option out on the field. And I probably should have because I can't play anything else. Whatever. He's not going to triple block the one guy. It's not happening. He's going to block everybody down. Yeah. And trade with the 1/1. Yeah. That's short-sightedness. Short-sightedness. Should have killed one threat. Except, you know, I've got fucking 50 mana open. Creature or enchantment, right? Yeah. Unfortunate. Why aren't you O-Ring, dick? Fucking asshole. Oh, what is this deck, you guys? Let's try and figure it out. It's just like nothing. I don't even understand. Yep. Doing it. Kozilek. Nope. Oh, been amazing, though. Is this guy dead yet? Just about. It says Grizzleby Dailies. He can go ahead and cancel it. I don't even really care anymore. Well, that's, you know what, fuck it. There's no reason to play Grizzlebrand. He's on, you know, he dies next turn. What does Grizzlebrand do? He dies more? All that gives him is, like, he could play something stupid and then switcheroo me. No. And then gain life. That's a goddamn nightmare. There's no reason to play. He could play the one thing and just grab my Grizzlebrand, then I have to kill the Grizzlebrand. Nah, fuck all of that. There's no reason to give this guy even an opportunity to all mistakenly, please go back. Yep. All day, every day. Are you? Yeah. Oh, I'm angry. I'm so angry right now. As he say, angry. Fuck it. What? Why didn't he scoop? It's the second time where he actually realized he was boned. Get him, kids. Get in there. Can I do it? Nah, I can't even kill my own stuff to get the 2 damage on him. Balls. Slice and dice. Well, that went pleasingly. That deck didn't do anything either, but I don't even give a shit. Because that first play where I killed that Mentor of the Meek, the fact that this deck can do that shit makes it my favorite deck. You guys know I love Tricks. You know I'm Tricks McGavin. You know that's my nickname. Is Josh, Tek, or Tricks McGavin. I walk into my local coffee shop. They're just like, yo, Tricks. And I'm like, what's up? That's never happened. And I'm glad it hasn't. I do not want to be called that ever. I wouldn't care. It's better. My nickname in high school was just my last name. Because that's how creative the kids at my high school were. It's a poor school, man. We were just trying to survive. We had to go home and we was hungry all the time. That was the problem. Fuck it. I'm going to do a couple other episodes. I have to film up to the 5th because I'm going to be really busy this week. I think I straightened everything out on the Patreon. I sent everybody an email. If you didn't get an email from me and you're subscribed to the Patreon, it either happened after the email went out or I'm a colossal failure. Probably the second one. So be sure to send me an email, technovolver@gmail.com if you want to do that. And you're on the Patreon, you'll be able to do that and cool things will happen. Other than that, not a whole lot to report. Still working on the fighting game thing. I'll probably do a video talking about that for a while, but be sure to check out my other channel, Technovolver, link down in the description. It's the second link. I misspoke earlier and said it's the top link. The top link is to the Patreon page, where you can help support the show and get some awesome rewards like playing me in a match anytime. I do try and play people when they hit me up online while I'm online, but I've been pretty busy lately trying to do all these other shows and things I'm trying to get off the ground, so... other stuff, you know, we're trying to do 1001 Spikes. That is not going well. I'm having trouble uploading the videos now. I've been content ID'd on them for a while, so none of the ads running on them generate any revenue for the channel, which is a bummer, but I was still doing the episodes. But now the content ID's gotten a little crazy, and they're being pulled or disallowed. So that's been a nightmare. I have no idea why. It's 1001 Spikes, for fuck's sake. Why on earth would I be having issues with that? Who knows? Maybe a YouTuber has a private contract with them. That's bullshit for another day. I'm going to try and get those up to you because I have about up to episode 27, I think, recorded. It's just that I'm fucking the dirt right now. There's just no reason for it, and it's painful. Anyway, so I'm going to try and keep doing that too. I think that's about all for news. I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Fuck, is a Monday, so I guess I'll have to get something together for my... God, I really just want to keep playing this black-white. But I guess tomorrow, if you want to look forward to it, spoiler alert, the easiest one that I could do is just Durgler Goblins. I guess I'll do that. Goblins is a real bummer, though, because I fucking hate them. But, whatever, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. That one play. Fun times for the whole family. And I'm going to set this pen down very gently. You didn't even hear it. Shh. It's a secret to everyone. Then we'll do some other stuff. But you guys deserve a 60. You've been very patiently awaiting more 60s. So I'll go ahead and do Goblins. And, I don't know. Goblin's kind of easy to kill anymore, though. Isn't it? Really? I don't know. I'll take a look at this Goblin deck. And we'll talk about it later at some point in the future. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys all tomorrow.